Hey. Hello everybody! Scalpung may be here, back with another episode of Higurashi Onikakushi When They Cry. The music is really loud. I don't understand why. We're gonna check that really quickly. The music shouldn't be this loud. It's really loud. Also, I have confirmed it. Every time I try to save in this game, it will crash. So, we're just not gonna save. At least while I'm recording. When I'm recording, there won't be any saving going on. Holy shit, it's fucking loud. How do I change this? Where is it? That's a log. System. Config. My volume mixer isn't... Oh wow, there it is. Volume mixer. There we go. That's much better. The worry is that you guys will hear the music too from my headset. So I'm trying not to, because I've noticed that in some Let's Plays you guys can hear my headset. So I'm trying not to make it so that it's not too loud. Okay, let's continue with the episode, I guess. Hinamizawa was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but it was only one class. That class encompassed all different grades and ages. There are about 30 students at different levels, and they all study for the same class. I'm told that long ago there used to be a bigger school building they had for actual separate classes. However, it seems that something happened that made it become a single class, and now it stayed that way out of tradition. I was shocked at first, but humans adapt pretty quickly. I've already gotten quite used to it. The sound of children playing started right from the morning. With such a lively mood, it felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school. Not that that was a bad thing. Where's our friends? Hey, there's our friends. Mion, who had just been walking in front of us up until then, suddenly let me take the lead. Right in front of the classroom door. So I was meant to slide the door open and enter the room first. Ha. Too bad. I wasn't gonna fall for that again. To think you'd give up the lead here. You mean for this to be a test of my skills? Mion chuckled with a naughty, or a haughty smirk on her face. What is it, you guys? Step back, Rena. It's dangerous. She's here. What? Huh? Then Satoko-chan is... Her name was Satoko Hojo. She was disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid. The way she talks was annoying, but it would be immature to get worked up over just that. The real problem was this. Quite the obvious trap. A blackboard eraser wedged in the door. It's too obvious, Satoko. A haughty laugh came from beyond the door. Excellent, Kei-chan. I guess that means you win this round. No, this is Satoko we're talking about. This is it. After falling for such intricate traps since the day I transferred, I no longer let my guard down. Satoko liked to combine a variety of traps. Traps that were simple there to bait you into the main one. Traps that relentlessly kept coming at you like a sadistic, rude Rube Goldberg machine and the list goes on. As well as being clever, they almost never misfire. When you least expect it, she strikes. No escape, no time to relax. By the looks of it, this eraser is normal. Or no rocks or anything in it. I took a pretty heavy hit from the blackboard eraser loaded with rocks on my first day. So then why don't you just open the door and let it drop? That's what it is. That's what Satoko was after. Making me focus my attention upward so that I lifted my hand to the door. There were thumbtacks stuck to the sliding door handle with tape, a frightening trap. A potent and terrifying trap. Well, that would have hurt. What the fuck? Concealed by using the blackboard eraser. An impressive combination, Satoko. but in the end, nothing more than a trivial machination of a child. Assured of my victory, I threw the door open and stepped into the room. I felt something strange at my ankle. It was similar to the sensation of jump rope catching on my leg. By the time I realized she had me, hook, line, and sinker, it was already too late. I began to fall in an almost picturesque manner. Kei-chan, watch out! Instinctively reacted to Mion's shrill warning, I twisted my body midair before I landed on the floor. Ow, ow, ow! An inkstone filled to the brim was placed right where I would have landed. I shuddered to imagine the situation had I landed square on it. Is that who she is? My, what do we have here? A fair morning to you, Keiichi-san. Aren't we a lively one in the morning? Still sprawled in an awkward position, I was greeted by a mocking voice. That was a step up from your usual trap, Satoko. Wow, this is Satoko? She looks like nothing. Come on. I haven't the faintest idea what you mean. You're quite unlucky this morning. Yeah. You little... It seemed I'd inadvertently sprained my back a little when I landed. Better than landing on the inkstone. Oh, another girl. A small hand gently rubbed my head. Pain, go away. Aw, kawaii. Small dainty hand continued to gently stroke my head. You didn't sprain your back or anything, did you? If you rub it like this, the pain disappears. I thought about asking how rubbing my head would help my back, but I didn't. It's not as much as what you actually do, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, thanks, Rika-chan. The pain's going away now. I was waiting for the pain isn't actually going away. Hey, yay, Rika-chan, good morning. I don't know what to think, because I'm just waiting for the moment where I get my pants pissed out, but nothing scary happened yet. Good morning to you, Rena-chan. Or Rena. A good morning to you all. I guess she calls us by first names. Rika-chan greeted us with an adorable little bow. It was an infectious Rena, Mion, and I bowed back. You're such a good kid, Rika-chan. Am I playing the right game? So much better than Satoko. I glared over to her direction. Satoko was whistling while rather deliberately trying to avoid eye contact. Before we continue, I'm actually going to text Rashomon, a friend of ours, that I'm playing this. And that we have to do something. I need him to do me something later. I love how I'm just interrupting the whole recording while I do this. Okay. I'm a very model of a good girl. Yeah, suck off. Fuck off. A good girl wouldn't set those nasty traps. Nothing but lies and slander. Exactly what proof? I picked up Satoko by the back of her collar. Looks like a misbehaved cat when I do this. But a cat wouldn't be setting traps. She is much harder to deal with. I'm sorry. Try saying that. If you don't say it... I cocked my index finger on my thumb, letting it tremble as I brought it closer to Satoko's forehead. Oh, flicker. I'm against violence! You don't even have any proof! Just so you know, my whole forehead flick really hurts. It can split plywood right in half. Eek! Stop! Get away from me, you beast! Don't say that in a way people will misunderstand. A small hand tugged on the back of my shirt. She's been lonely since you were gone for 2 days. Rika-chan really is just so... How could I do anything more after being told that? I gently Crudely released my grip on Satoko, who at this point was on the verge of tears. She still had her eyes clamped shut as she braced herself for the forehead flick. Weak! Pussy ass, you should have done it. Pussy. Get your ass up. It doesn't bother me. You mustn't cry, Satoko. Keep on fighting, yeah? Rika gently patted the head of her prankster friend. Wow, they're friends? How can anyone be... Okay, whatever. You would never guess those two are the same age. I guess not. I think Satoko could learn a thing or a million from Rika-chan. Next time, set an even more amazing trap. Wait a minute. As she observed the scene, Rena's expression grew ecstatic as she began to swoon. Oh, Satoko-chan is crying. So cute. You can't take them home. Huh? But she's so cute. You can't, no matter how cute they are. But just for a bit. It's fine. It's fine. Rena kept a cutesy face even as an outrageous idea spewed from her mouth. What a weird girl. According to Mion, Rena is ridiculously weak to think cute things and always tries to take them home. Object or person? Okay, I get the scary part already of the game. Stealing is bad, but abducting people is even worse. Give it up. Then can I just look? Just looking. That should be fine, right? Right? Rena swoons over Satoko's crying form. If a girl ever goes missing in Hinamizawa, I'll be forced to turn Rena into the authorities. Forgive me, Rena. I'll be sure to bring you care packages when they put you away. Oh, a text. Text back from Rashomon. Yeah. Talking shit, mate. Okay. The teacher's coming. Oh, we get to see the teacher? Does she have a face? Quickly, clean everything up. Satoko, that inkstone is yours, right? Just from Mion's single statement, the entire mood of the room shifted back to normal. The inkstone was bad, but the thumbtacks stuck to the door handle were an even bigger problem. I pulled the tape off carefully, making sure not to skewer myself. Even though Satoko was the one who set it up, everyone had to pick up after her. By the time the teacher entered the room, the bed lamp from before had been neatly tied up. Ahaha, we made it in time. Rise, attention. Mion gave out the morning commands. Do we get to see the teacher now? It's difficult being the teacher for all these different grades in one classroom. She has to teach something different to each one. But naturally she ends up spending all of her time with the younger kids. Rena and Mion, being the highest grade in the highest class, end up mostly doing self-study. They even end up helping teach the younger kids, so it seems like they can never get to their own studies. They're actually way behind where my studies have progressed to. As a result, I'm pretty much taking over for the teacher and helping Rena and Mion with their studies. You're a pretty good teacher, Keiichi-kun. Easy to understand. Rena took a breather after finishing highlighting an important section. Teaching is making me lose confidence. It makes me aware of how shallow my understanding of the subject is. They say that to teach someone something, you need to understand backwards and forwards. While you're teaching us, you're getting in on your own practice. In contrast, the person over there is quite laissez-faire about things. I don't know how to read that. For one, isn't she supposed to be in a higher grade than me? Look, Mion, this is for your own good. If you don't take this seriously, there will be trouble later on. With these marks... It's not like I was aiming to go to an prestigious school. I'll be fine as long as I pick up what I need to know for the entrance exams a little at a time. Her staunch defiance is really something else. Are they in high school or middle school? This was a different type of reaction than somebody who already knew what was going to be on the entrance exams. Mi-chan, Keiichi-kun is doing his best to teach us. We need to try hard, too. You're such a good and honest kid, Rena. I'll make sure you guys get accepted into a good school. Well, thanks so much. Oh, it's cute. What the fuck is this? Where's the scare? Where's the October? I was like, you know what's gonna happen, I'm assuming? Later in the game is gonna be some dark as fuck shit, and I'm assuming it's because we're doing one episode every few days. I think we're gonna be doing this. Maybe by the end of this month we'll have some scary shit going on. I don't know how long this game honestly is. Especially you, Rena. Private lessons, just the two of us. Private lessons. Ooh.
Private in the nutsack, you know what I mean? Ha 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 ha.
A puff of smoke shaped like a halo popped out of Rena's head. Exactly what kind of private lessons is she fantasizing about that's making her head so... making her turn so red? Why'd I read head there? I'd like to hear the play-by-play about that next time. While Miyano was flipping through her vocabulary flashcards, she threw out a casual question. So, in the city, do you have to study this much? If you don't know at least this much, you can't get into university. So you studied just to get into a university? Well, yeah, basically. While knowing that this stuff won't ever come in handy in the future. Out here, you can get into university as long as your attendance is good enough. Really? Study, entrance exams, having that basic law of universe so easily overturned sent me into a state of shock. That's right. There aren't really enough people around here to warrant weeding them out so with an entrance exam. If anyone can get into university, then there's no need to be all uptight about this stuff, right? Well, that is true, but you should at least know that stuff that's common knowledge. This old geezer thinks that instead of wasting time studying pointlessly, you should be spending your precious teen years doing something more meaningful things. It was too profound of a statement to simply laugh off. But since it was Mion, it probably didn't actually have that deep of a meaning. So, recess I guess, maybe? They have a TV in here. In the place of the chime, the sound of the principal waving a handbell drifted through the classroom. Kei-chan, we're done! It's our wonderful lunchtime. Oh, it's lunchtime, okay. In a complete 180 from her unmotivated state, Mion gave the commands that signaled the end of the morning period. Keiichi-kun, let's have lunch. I might have been making a very troubled face. Reina smiled brightly at me. Alright. Let's eat. There seemed to be different cliques even within the class. Most of them were divided by gender and age, but our group was different. Our ages were different and we had both boys and girls. But we weren't reserved around each other. The level of openness makes a transfer student like me pretty happy. Rena and Mion pushed their desks together so they were facing each other. At the same time, Satoko and Rika-chan were slowly ludging their desks over as well. Keiichi-kun, hurry! Rena waved her chopsticks in an unrefined manner, trying to hurry me along. Unless everyone was together, they wouldn't even open their lunchboxes. Keiichi-san's lunchbox is mostly assured filled with nothing but bread crust, like some sort of destitute plebeian. Wow, this girl knows a lot of words. Why don't you just show it to us? Come on now. Even though Satoko was hurling insults at me, she still wouldn't open the lid to her lunchbox until I was there. I pulled out my lunchbox swiftly and dragged my chair over to join the circle. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting. Well then, Representative me, please give the signal to start. At first this was kind of embarrassing, but I got used to it pretty fast. So at this point I probably wouldn't even open my own lunchbox if someone else was too slow. Our ages and gender may have been all different. But we were all friends. Oh, we were, not weren't. Let's eat. The sounds of our little 5-part chorus echoed beautifully throughout the classroom. Really, though, I've gotten pretty used to this group made up of all girls. Of course, there are other boys in the class, but they were a lot younger, so they were scared to approach me. Well, that's to be expected. Younger boys just see older boys as scary. Compared that to girls, well, at least these girls aren't picky. We put all the side dishes in the middle where everyone was free to pick at them. I thought girls would mind sharing a meal with a guy, so I was a bit flustered joining in. However, Mion noticed that and teased me quite a bit. As the fruits of my efforts, I can now reach over and take sides from anybody's lunch. My, isn't Sir Keiji's lunch extravagant today? My, isn't Madame Satoko's lunch extravagant as well? The stewed stuff has a nice look to it, rather trendy. Buying into the fight that Satoko was starting our chopsticks locked into a cross counter, stabbing into each other's lunch. My, how delicious! Oh, this taro is good. The stewed stuff is good too, even cold. After seeing my happy face, Rika-chan's expression broke into a little smile. I saved some from dinner last night. By the way, Satoko and Rika-chan's lunches are always the same. It seems like Rika-chan makes it for both of them every day. Rika-chan made this too? These taste like mom's home cooking. I was honestly impressed. These carrot rosettes weren't like from a mold, they were done by hand with a knife. That's not easy to do. I guess Rika-chan is just good at this sort of thing. She's really good at sewing, laundry, and stuff like that. Amazing, right? Amazing. Where's the scary stuff? That's what I was expecting. Rika is quite exceptional in many ways. Oh ho 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 ho! That was nothing for you to boast about. Come on. Rena is actually better at cooking than I am. Huh? Well, you know... It seems that the topic conversation switched to Rena when she wasn't expecting it, making her blush and trip over her words. This music is way too fucking nice for this game. Rena's lunch really was the star of the table. Not only did it look good, it tasted good. Everyone else pulled from Rena's lunchbox constantly. I'm glad I have a wireless now, so this makes things so much easier when I'm playing this. Everyone liked this one so much before, so I made it a lot this time. It's good, I hope. I hope? It got high marks from me. Ah, Mion, you're taking too much! Knocking Mion's chopstick aside, I reached out, trying to secure my own portion. Satoko and Rika-chan's reached over at the same time, and it struggled and ensued. Everyone shoveled in mouthful after mouthful while praising it, and Rena's lunchbox was soon empty. It was kind of bad that no one thought to leave any for Rena. But Rena seemed rather satisfied as she looked on. How did you like it? Isn't Rena-san an extremely good cook too? Quite different from Keiichi-san. I said that's nothing for you to boast about. You're not much different from Kei-chan, Satoko. Can you tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower yet? Satoko's face went pale. Hey, even I can tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower, you know. Of course I can. I really can. It's really hard for her to lie. Keiichi-kun, both tasted good when they're boiled and topped with mayo, right? Picking on her... Oh, no, you shouldn't be picking on her. Mi-chan too. Rena tried to follow up, but Mion's laughing haughtily as she drew closer to Satoko. Well, just pretend it's a little home ec lesson. Now then, Satoko, what is this? Mion lifted up her chopsticks. Between them was a piece of green stuff wrapped in bacon. But that's asparagus. Mion made eye contact with me within 3 seconds. I had Rika-chan's, but that's our spare. Mion made eye contact with me, and within 0.3 seconds, I had Rika-chan's mouth covered. This is the fun part. Holding a piece of bacon wrapped asparagus and giving her two choices, she's pretty terrible. The yellow one is cauliflower. No, wait, the green one is cauliflower. So which? Probably the yellow one is broccoli and the blue one is cauliflower. But the green one is, Do you really know which is which? How about you just give up? I expected no less from the class representative. The oldest. The way she drives people into her corner just shows you how much experience she has. This is just a hunch, but being brought into the Sonozaki household must be quite the ordeal. I do know. I really do. Then answer the question. I know. She finally broke down and started crying. When she acts like this, she actually starts to seem her age. How cute. Rena entered a state of euphoria as Satoko bawled her eyes out. Rena was in a state of bliss as she rubbed her cheek against Satoko's head and smothered her. Really a very content face. One that wouldn't care if the world ended right then. It was that kind of smile. Rena! Mimi is picking on me. Cute. It's okay, Rena. Nechan will take care of those bad people who tease my little sister. Boom, bam. What the fuck? It was like a flash of lightning. What was that? Just now? Both of Rena's fists shot out at supersonic speeds, striking Mion and me squarely in our faces. What the fuck? Before we knew it, Mion and I were sprawled spread eagle on the floor, staring up at the ceiling with matching welts on our faces. This is the first time you've gotten one, right? Today, she went easy on us. Easy? You mean there's something harder than this? With that, Mion and I both slumped over our heads back to the floor in unison. From now on, I'll be careful when I'm within striking distance of Rena. See, Sadako-chan, I took care of them. Cute. I want to take you home. Making sure Rena couldn't see it, Satoko stuck her tongue out at us. Damn it all, using Rena like a puppet. Rika-chan massaged our bruises without saying a word. Time for the afternoon classes, I guess? Right? Oh no, class is over? No matter what the day had held, the last school bell always came too soon. Our shadows stretched off into the distance. Hey, Keiichi-kun, tomorrow, do you have any plans or anything? Oh, this is going to be really annoying eventually, isn't it? Huh? It was such a direct question from Rena, I had inadvertently blushed. If it was for a date, then wouldn't you do it more subtly? Rena saw me lost for words and realized I'd misunderstood it and turned red as well. No, I didn't mean it like that, you see. So apparently that wasn't what she meant. But since it's always fun when Rena's in a panic, I went along with it a little. Oh, really? So it wasn't meant that way. Huh? Laying it up, I slumped my shoulders, feigning objection. Keiichi-kun, why are you so disappointed? Why? Nii-chan! Unable to hold it in any longer, Mion slapped me on the back. I see, this old geezer never knew you could push her buttons like that. What is it? Mion had rolled on the floor, clutching her stomach, while Rena flailed around, completely bewildered. I couldn't help but start laughing as well, feeling just a bit guilty. I ruffled Rena's hair. Kidding, I'm sorry, it was a joke. That was my fault. She really is a cute one. Huh? A joke? Since when? Since when? About halfway through? Halfway? So, Kei-chan, that means you weren't acting when you were blushing at the start? Huh? That means... It was only a momentary lapse, but there was no way Mion would let such a detectable detail slip, by her. Well, you see, saying anything more was also a bad idea. In my bewildered state, I slipped further into an unfavorable position. After that, Mion continued to tease me about it for a while. What can you do? So, why were you asking if I'm free tomorrow, Rena? Huh? Oh, what were we talking about? It had been so long that Rena had forgotten. That's how long Mion had teased me. It's just Kei-chan. You probably can't find your way around Hinamizawa by yourself yet, can you? That was true. I hate to say it, but if you blind molded me and spun me around 3 times like we were playing pin the tail on the donkey, I wouldn't be able to tell up from down. Yeah, I don't think I know how to get anywhere besides back and forth from school. Yes, so you see, tomorrow we were thinking that Michan and I could escort you through Hinamizawa and show you around. That would be a godsend. Frankly, I was happy about the offer. You'll come, of course, right? If I'm free. You're being invited by a girl, you know. If I'm free. You're probably free anyways. If I'm free. We are very obstinate. I was being stubborn as to not give her a clear yes or no. Even though I thought it was a godsend, I'm too much of a scamp to say so up front. Keiichi-kun, you're not free, perhaps? Perhaps? While Mion and I had a rather sour back and forth, Rena peeked over at me hesitantly. Figuring I'd been a bit too rough on her, I just gave in. Sorry, forgive me. I apologize. I'm free. We're so sweet. We're such a sweet guy, but also an ass. That's the best part about us. That's me. I'm a nice guy, but I'm also a dick. That's a great part. Great. The trepidation disappeared from Rena's face as it blossomed into a smile. Hey now. Seems like there's quite a bit difference between how cold you are to me and compared to Rena, isn't there? It seems Mion didn't care for how rude I was to her compared to how quickly I agreed with Rena. But her being annoyed was very interesting. So I pushed Rena forward, speeding up our pace to leave Mion behind. Let's go, Rena. Maybe it should be just the 2 of us tomorrow. Leave grumpy old Mion behind. Huh? Whoa. If Keiichi-kun is okay with that, then... I'm the one who came up with the idea to take him around! Don't ignore me, Keiichi Maibara! It'd be great if the 2 of us could go on a picnic together. We should bring a basket, Rena. Should we bring a basket? Oh, God. If we're bringing a basket, I'll make all the food, maybe. Don't you ignore me too, Rena. I'll tell everyone that you 2 disappeared into the hotel district together. Oh. Well then, I'm going home right now to start making it. Tomorrow's going to be so fun. Later, Keiichi-kun, Mitan. Bye. Rena bounced off while she was walking on the moon. After the dust settled, all that was left was me standing next to Mion sprawled out on the ground. There was a welt on her face. Are you alright? There was over 2 meters between you guys. Since you came, they've become sharper. This old geezer's body can't handle it. Maybe it'd be easier if you stopped saying stuff that makes Rena want to hit you. Or else this will end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. If that happened, the results might be fatal. Don't feel bad, Mion. You're probably the only one who can dodge her jabs. It felt like it was her knee, though. Could it be that we were hanging around with an unrivaled martial arts master? Maybe someday we'll see her debut in an extreme contact sport. You can't lose to Rena. You need to train up and have a rematch. Kei-chan, you should... This old geezer will root for you. Mion and I reaffirmed our determination to discover a way to counter Rena's infallible technique. You're fallible? I don't know. I didn't read that properly, I guess. Is this episode over? What's going on? Oh! I think we just did chapter 1. I think the first part was prologue, and now this is chapter 1. Oh! You have reached new tips. We're in a mixed grade? We don't have a uniform? What? Wait. I can't click anything or else things... Wait. Holy shit. Tips? What does that mean? What is this? Why did I just click? So Rena, we're the same age? Yes. Oh my god, tips? What? Yes, that's right. This is a flashback! This is a flashback! We're in the same zodiac animal too. Okay. Hey now, it would be weird if we were the same age but not the same zodiac animal. What's going on? That's not true. If your birthday isn't the same, then you have different animals even if you're at the same age. Huh? Oh, I see. Mion, you're pretty smart. What month were you born, by the way, Keiichi-kun? I'm July. How about you in about April? Renas smirked and puffed up with pride. Hey now, what's the meaning of this? She's not planning to be all high and mighty if her birthday is a wee bit sooner than mine, is she? Or are we August then? Don't even. It's impossible to challenge me by my birthday. I wouldn't even mind if you bet $1 per month. Huh? Why? Rena Paxton suddenly began challenging to a wager. Given how panicked she is, I was certain she doesn't have much allowance left this month. It's just sending her into a panic about something as simple as a birthday. It's so fun I can't help myself. So that means you were born in April, Kei-chan? Right on. I fucking knew it. It's always April in these damn games, or your birthday's in April. Although, to be honest, why I thought April just now is because I was reading up that Crunchyroll is about to get the English dub for Your Lie in April, so I'm gonna watch that shit. Right on. Too bad, Rena. I'm already far older than Rena. Oh, I see. Then you're the same age as Michan. Well, it's just a few months. That gap will open up again soon enough. Mion snickered through her nose. Hey now, that's not something to get all high and mighty about. As if I'm the one to talk. Now that you mention it, you're in a higher grade, right, Mion? If you're into underclassmen, then I can be an underclassman from now on. Ooh, yeah. Michan, you're not making any sense to me. Just by seeing Rena's blushing face, you could tell she knew exactly what she meant by it, though. Then Totoko and Rika-chan are underclassmen. Their grades are so different that they should be in a different school, shouldn't they? Keiichi-kun, your tastes are a bit too young, I think. You're not making any sense yourself, Rena. I'll just grab onto her head and scruff it a bit. Stop it! Oh. I wondered about it before, yeah. I was wondering why the school had different school years all mixed up. There aren't enough classrooms. Can't help it. This building is being rented from the forestry services after all. When she says it like that, it makes sense. Though our school, I've thought our school was strained for a while now. The schoolyard is gravel, there are rooms that aren't even for classes, and there's a strange sort of construction machinery parked here. Why is it being borrowed? What happens to the real school? There was one here before that, from before the war. It got dilapidated. They closed it down. It was probably a grand old schoolhouse. Well, because of that, the students would have to attend the school in the city. That's pretty far, though, you know. What school would that be? Did you know there's a school if you pass by the Okinomiya train station, turn at the hospital, and head towards the pediatrics department? What? So far? I couldn't tell where that was by location, but I understood it was a pretty far from Rena's reaction. Well, that's why. The guys that didn't want to commute to Okinomiya rented out the building from the forestry services and are attending this pseudo-school house here. Weird. About half the children in Hinamizawa go there. There's quite a lot of kids that come here on bike. Well, since they're attending this really messed up school, it might be pretty hard for them to get into higher education. That's not true, Mi-chan. If you study properly, you can go anywhere you want. Yeah, that's right, that's right. I totally agree with Rena on this one. Yes, that's right. That's right. Let's try our best. All of you, try your best. This old man will be rooting for you. Not just us, you too. You should be preparing for exams, shouldn't you? Your future's bleak with grades like this. Fine, just fine. If I get stuck, then I'll just mooch off Kei-chan as he works forever. What do you mean by work forever? What do you mean? Hey, you're too loud. Be quiet during self-study. The teacher yelled at all three of us. Whoops. It was completely our fault. Satoko saw and chortled haughtily. I stuck out my tongue at her in response. It's just as Mion says. This school has nothing to do with higher education. But it makes up for that having lots of valuable things other schools don't. Okay. That was tip 1. What's the point of this? I'm assuming having tips is going to help us later in the series, maybe? Let's watch the uniform one and then we'll end the episode. It's only June, but it's already so hot. I could hear the Higurashi outside chirping, me, and at night there are mosquitoes. Oh, those are cicadas then, yeah. Is that what they call them in Japan, Higurashi? It might as well be summer already. My only salvation was that the mornings were so cool. Summer, I do declare. Satoko was flapping her skirt languidly. That's pretty unladylike there. Even if she was a little brat, she was still a girl. Keiichi does seem quite cool with just a single button-up shirt. I'm so jealous. From how I see things, the skirt you're wearing looks like it would be much cooler. A girl like you just wouldn't understand. Wearing jeans during the season, how steamy the crotch gets. It gets steamy. How... This girl's gone imagining something indecent. Rena's summer clothes have a nice, refreshing, cool color. I feel cooler just looking at them. Ooh. Thank you. They really do feel pretty cool. She's wearing the same thing, though. I do wish my summer clothes were as breezy as Rena's. But Satoko-chan, your summer clothes are so cute being a one-piece and all. I'd like to wear your summer clothes, Star. This is actually quite stuffy, you know. I do believe what you're wearing would feel much cooler. But it would be so much more fun with cute clothes. Oh. I had a feeling that Ren and Totoko base values were fundamentally different. Speaking of which, our school doesn't have a uniform. Yeah, it doesn't. As long as they're proper, then regular clothes are fine. There's quite a few students in regular clothes. There were a few wearing uniforms, but they wore all the same design and rather plain. What was the uniform they were all wearing? They were all the same. That's the city school uniform. It's not like there's a rule, but they're all wearing them. Speaking of which, everybody in our group is wearing a different uniform, aren't we? Did you go out of your way to get some from out somewhere? Get them from somewhere? Why, yes, Mion supplied them. What? Michan's relative runs a second-hand clothing store. They get school clothes from all over the country for cheap, they say. So you asked those relatives to get a bunch of unique school uniforms then? That Mion. She probably loves using her friends as dress-up dolls. That must be a strange second-hand clothing store. Oh, that's pretty strange for a second-hand clothing store. What's the point in stocking clothes from faraway schools they know nothing about? Yeah, I think so too. They also have used school uniforms and school swimsuits and PE uniforms. I don't like the idea of having used ones. It doesn't sound like that shop makes much money. They'll probably have Mion pitch in and help so they can make a bit more. But Mion-san says it's a big hit and it'll become a big hit and become a great store. With such conviction, a second-hand clothing store that stocks school uniforms will be a big hit. I don't get it. Is that the end? It is the end. Wow. Okay. This game is kind of scaring me, but we played through almost 50 minutes of this already. For this episode anyway, including the last episode. I think it's about an hour, almost an hour and a half. So thank you guys for watching. In the next episode, we'll have to see how things go. I think things are about to get really dark. I don't know yet. Nothing really dark has happened yet, but since we've just gotten clues to something, or hints to something, we have no idea what they're for. They've got to be, like, important of some sort. So thank you guys for watching.